Okay, can we just take a moment to talk about Hannah Montana? Because why does it still hit the same, even today? Like, I don't know if it's just me, but every time I see a clip, hear a song, or even just think about it, I'm instantly transported back to that exact feeling. After school, snack in hand, watching Miley Cyrus live this double life, and thinking this is everything. And the crazy part is, it wasn't just a show. Like, yes, it was funny. Yes, it was iconic, but it was also kind of comforting. It felt safe, it felt familiar. You had the same characters, the same music, and it was just your little world. And I don't know, I don't even get me started on the music. Like, why were the songs actually that good? I mean, come on, the best of both worlds. That song alone, iconic. And the fact that we all knew the lyrics, like word for word, you were really out here living your pop star fantasy. But I think what made it so special was the idea of having a double life. Like being normal, but also secretly extraordinary. Going to school like everyone else, but at night you're living your dream. And as kids, that felt so real. Like we really believed that could be us. And now watching it back, it hits differently. Because you realize it was such a big part of growing up. Like it shaped little moments of your childhood, your humor, your taste in music, even your personality a little bit. And honestly, I think that's why it feels so emotional now. Because it's not just about the show, it's about the time in your life that came with it. A simpler life, less pressure, less overthinking, just enjoying things for what they were. Like, tell me I'm not the only one. You randomly hear a song from Hannah Montana and suddenly you're like, wait, why do I feel emotional? Because same. Honestly, some shows just stay with you forever. And Hannah Montana is definitely one of them. Not just because it was good, but because of how it made you feel. And that kind of feeling you don't really forget. And you know what's actually crazy? The more you grow up, the more you realize that Hannah Montana was low-key deeper than we thought. Like at the time, we were just watching for fun. But now, you start to see the pressure behind everything. Imagine being a teenager trying to figure out who you are while also hiding a whole other identity. That's a lot. Because back then it looked fun, it looked exciting. But now you realize it must have been exhausting. Always switching, always hiding, always performing. And I feel like, in a way, we all relate to that a little bit now. Now the pop star part, obviously, but the idea of showing one version of yourself to the world and keeping another one private. And that's what hits differently as an adult. You don't just see the glitter, you see the weight behind it. And suddenly, it's not just a kid's show anymore. It's like a story about identity, about expectations, about trying to balance everything. And let's talk about Miley Cyrus for a second. Because imagine growing up, being that character for so many people. Like, she wasn't just playing a role, she was Hannah Montana for a whole generation. And breaking out of that must have been so hard. And honestly, I think that's something we all grow through too. At some point, you have to let go of a version of yourself that people got used to. Even if it's uncomfortable, even if people don't understand, and that's exactly what she did. And maybe that's why it still hits today, because it's not just nostalgia, it's also reflection. It reminds you of who you were and makes you think about who you're becoming. Honestly, some shows just grow with you, and Hannah Montana is one of those. It meant something then, but it means something different now. And somehow, both versions still matter. And I think that's what makes it so special. It's not just about Hannah Montana itself, it's about everything it represents. A moment in your life, a version of you, a time where things felt a little simpler. And even if you've grown, even if everything has changed, that feeling, it's still there, somewhere. And every time you hear a song or see a clip, it all comes back for a second. And honestly, that kind of nostalgia, it's rare. So yeah, maybe it was just a show, but it was also a whole era, and that's something you don't really forget. Thank you for listening, and I'll see you in the next one.